Hello there and welcome to another interesting time on Marketing Edge on TV, Nigerians' leading initiative in the business of brand management and in the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute potpourri of brand news, branding focus and industry conversation, all in a mix encompassing thorough and in-depth, all aimed at promoting the brand idea. I'm Ogali Mafuru.
It's insightful, it's exciting, it's enriching. It's Marketing Edge on TV, a half-hour TV show on the business of brand management and the management of brand business. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of juicy and exclusive industry news on brands, advertising, media, PR, brand and focus, industry conversation, and the entire gamut of integrated marketing communications business. It's a business show with glamour and grandeur. We serve you hot and sizzling with all ingredients in the mix. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Good to have you back. First on Marketing Edge on TV is Brand News, where we bring you the latest developments around brands and in the field of marketing, advertising, and communications in Nigeria and around the world. Now on Brand News. The Honorable Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Lagos State, Benga Motosho, has lauded the Marketing Edge Annual Summit and Excellence Awards for its strategic planning and credibility. Speaking in an interview with Marketing Edge, he particularly commended the originator, organizers, and the entire team of Marketing Edge for organizing a colorful, timely, and professional award ceremony during the 2020 Marketing Stakeholders Summit and Awards and Advertising Excellence Awards held at the prestigious The Podium International Event Center, Ikeja, Lagos. The Honorable Commissioner suggested that for subsequent editions, the organizers should take advantage of the use of technology to ensure more inclusive editions. Feelers emanating from the Registrar Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria, APCON, Dr. Lekon Fadolapo, have indicated that the EPES regulatory body of advertising has put modalities in place to change its name in furtherance of the advertising industry reform. Dropping the hint in an interview with Marketing Edge, Dr. Fadolapo noted that the legal framework for the change of name of the regulatory agency has reached an advanced stage at the National Assembly. He further explained that the move was necessary to give the regulatory body the force of the law to holistically carry out the statutory regulatory duties. The APCON registrar also spoke about the corporate license regime put in place as part of the industry reform aimed at improving value delivery and protecting the interests of all stakeholders in the advertising value chain.
If you are looking at it from Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria, you are looking at APCON as an institute. Now, APCON is not an institute, it's a regulatory agency. And this is not new to APCON. For example, AAN used to be Association of Advertising Practitioners of Nigeria, whereas they have only corporate members. Now, to reflect our true identity and to give us the enablement that we actually need, because we give license, corporate license, to organizations that are practicing advertising for business and gain. So we propose to the National Assembly that our name should be changed from Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria to Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria. So with that, we will be able to reflect our true image and as a regulatory agency that has control over individual practice and corporate practice.
The Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria, AAN, in partnership with globally renowned Henley Business School, HBS, has announced the dates of its second Academy Masterclass slated to hold 26 to 29 August. Speaking at the press conference, AAN President Mr. Steve Babaeko explained that the purpose of the Academy is to expand the pipeline of fresh talents for the industry and retrain current professionals. The Academy Masterclass series is part of AAN's efforts at expanding the industry's talent pools and is open to current and aspiring advertising professionals as well as communications professionals in both public and private sectors. HBS According to Babaeko, will support the masterclass with robust business curriculum to ensure that participants learn as much about the business side of their craft as they will about the creative side. OGV Africa has announced the appointment of Sumanta Ngangale as the new Chief Strategy Officer for the region. Proud to joining OGV Africa, Sumanta worked with Molin Lao Linters Group, where he spent over 6 years in various leadership roles. He was instrumental in establishing several practices in performance marketing, technology, and omnichannel strategy as centers of excellence. In his new role, Sumanta will be responsible for strengthening the network strategy capabilities across his markets and client portfolio. With his appointment, OGV Africa continues its transformational journey by adding data-led solutions to its offerings. But that was brand news. Next is Brand in Focus after this break.
Here today, gone tomorrow. 'Cause you're volatile like the water. And you promise what you don't know. Sometimes it's right and then it's so wrong. Them go do like say them why. We promise you the world. My brother all now worship. Up all on no be open eye. I said no be water. Don't feel be letter.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
I need help, so please go to the market. And get me everything I need to cook this food. Get my pepper and get my onions. I'm waiting. Do you know how to buy pepper? Do you know how to buy dashi? You won't even let my mother come and stay. I need help. Do you don't know how stressful it is taking care of these 3 kids? Are you still there? If you're not getting me fresh meat, do you understand?
Okay, I'm at the
Can you
meet.
switch to video call, please? Okay, get me that one. The one by your side.
Where do I buy all these things now?
Hey, go get Glow Berekete and call Madam.
Berekete. The heavyweight voice and data plan. Get 600 Naira free credit plus 700% bonus on every recharge and up to 100% bonus on data plans.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Now on Brand in Focus. There's no doubt that current market conditions remain difficult for many brands, agencies, and businesses around the world. As companies across industries intensify their efforts in value creation amidst COVID-19 pandemic-induced challenges, a greater variety of mergers and acquisitions, M&A, are being undertaken to address the growing disruptions. According to the PwC 24th Annual Global CEO Survey 2021, 76% of CEOs expect global economic growth to improve in the next 12 months. The survey clearly stated that the expectations are predicated on a clearer vision of where value creation opportunities exist in current portfolios, especially on M&A strategies to accelerate growth, gain scale, and digitalize to reshape their businesses. In Nigeria's marketing communications industry, heads of sectoral groups are making a strong case for agencies to consolidate their talent, infrastructure, services, and relationships through M&A. In his seminal speech during the recent annual general meeting, Steve Babaeko, president of the Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria, AAAN, enunciated the need for more collaborative efforts among its members, while citing an example of the SPV team of DDP, TBWA, and YBR working together for more than 3 years on one of the big telco businesses in Nigeria. The AAAN Hemsman specifically mentioned that the chairman of the board of trustees, Steve Omojafo, has been hampering on mergers and acquisitions for years. It must be, however, stated that M&A brings all kinds of operational opportunities and challenges to the table. So the fundamental question is, how can the marketing communications industry take advantage of M&A as a way to address the current crisis occasioned by COVID-19 pandemic? How can agencies and businesses navigate M&A branding challenges and benefit from the strategic opportunities a merger or acquisition presents? The competitiveness of the market reflects a growing understanding among business leaders that creating value requires more than cutting costs, and they are willing to undertake more in strategic M&A synergies that fuel long-term growth. Well, that was Branding Forecast. Next is Industry Conversation, where we have one-on-one interactions with men and women who have been at the forefront of strategic positioning of brands. Well, on Industry Conversation today, we'll be speaking with the CEO of Ladybird Limited, Mrs. Bunmi Oke, after this break.
He's not my real father, Auntie. But you already know this, Lara darling. Yes. But after 25 years, she just told me who my real father is.
Baby, come inside now. Where is it in the car?
Introducing Glow YouTube plans. Feast your eyes from as low as 50 naira for 1 hour. Simply dial *777#.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Hello there and welcome to Industry Conversation, a segment on Marketing Edge on TV, where we interact with distinguished men and women who have been behind the success of brands through strategic positioning and promotion. So today on Industry Conversation, we'll be speaking with the CEO of Ladybird Limited, Mrs. Bunmi Oke. So pleased to have you with us on Industry Conversation.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
And more so, an overwhelming privilege for me to have you.
Oh, thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the kind compliment.
Yeah, so Mrs. Bunmi Oke, before founding Ladybird Limited, she was the Chief Operating Officer and Executive Director of one of the leading integrated marketing communication agency in Nigeria, 141 Worldwide, now Nitro 121, an international agency which is a member of WPP Group, the largest communications group in the world. And she one time was the president of the Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria, AAAN. So pleased to have you again.
Thank you very much.
You're very much welcome.
Thank you.
Now, I would like you to assess the creative agency of Nigeria.
Well, the creative business has evolved, as you can tell, over 3 decades. What I find interesting is that even through the 3 decades, you always have the big players, and you have the medium players, and you have the consultancies. I think what is most important is that most creative agencies have come out of needs of clients, because nowadays with digital technology, things move very fast. The requirements to get jobs out has also changed. I remember when I started my career, some people never even knew about what they call a paintbrush, and it was such a tedious task getting an artwork done. But right now, you find that even in some agencies, you have what you call pre-made artworks, like from Canva and so on and so forth. People can download concepts. People can even take their own photography with their phones because they are almost digitally up to standard if you have a good quality phone, a smartphone for that matter. So agencies and the creative world has moved with time to be able to service clients and also ensure that we meet both global standards. Now, one thing I think has happened also in the industry is that once upon a time, most of the agencies in Nigeria were more foreign-led. But now you have a lot more well-trained, well-exposed Nigerians. So you have a lot of agencies that are Nigerian-led but have foreign affiliations. And that, to me, shows the evolution of the industry because it tells you the what I'll call the intellectual, creative, and strategic development of people, places, and what you could call even the profession itself. So it's evolving, it's exciting, it's changing, and it's making a lot more commerce able to come into the business. So I think where we are is certainly we are now positioned as local players. So whatever you do locally must be able to meet both international and local standards. But there's a lot more consumerism of local nuances. So you find out people can say, they put our nuances into the commercials because people want to also see themselves in the communication. That's why you use black models in a country that you have black people. You know, those days where you just send some Anoibo from somewhere are gone, because it will not resonate with the consumer. People are black and proud, and they're very happy to be where they are. However, they also realize that consumers want international standards. They want the best. So therefore, I think it's made the whole industry evolve and become more exciting, more challenging. And the turnovers are pretty fast because things move pretty quickly.
Yes, interesting. So I understand that in your 3 decades of, in the business of brand management and, of course, in the business of management of brands as well, you have worked with multinational companies,
yes.
That involves MultiChoice, DSTV, British American Tobacco,
yes.
First Bank of Nigeria.
Yes.
Now, how would you assess the Nigerian brand marketing ecosystem?
Well, the big structured multinationals understand what advertising and marketing communication is about. What they just demand is the kind of standardization of their communication. You must understand their brand profile, their brand books, they have brand guidelines. So it's not even debating about what a brand is. They already know what a brand is. What they're trying to do is make sure that their brand resonates with whatever strategic plans they have for themselves as a business. You must understand their brand assets. There's a whole lot of nomenclature that goes with brand building, not the simplistic one you use for the SMEs. You have even brand architecture, and that's a whole lot. That's why you find that if you buy, for example, a multinational brand like a soft drink in Nigeria, if you go to Togo, it's the same color, and it's the same look and feel. If you go to Japan, you'll get the same thing. The best they will do is put a bit of the local language, but it's the same look and feel everywhere. And I think that is what is about standardization. Now, in Nigeria, with the SMEs, they're yet to understand that kind of level because they are still understanding they're even yet to understand why you have a brand. Now, with multinationals, brands know that there's something called competition, and the consumers must differentiate because the consumer has a choice, and the consumer is going to make an informed decision. And that's why you perpetually give consumers messages, brand messages to make that choice. So what marketing communication does in the international business is to give a consumer an informed choice.
So it's unarguable that we're in that era of new normal as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. Would you say that the challenges as a result of this pandemic outweighs the opportunities that it presents to businesses?
Well, we're back to the chicken and egg story, or when you say is the cup half full or half empty. The pandemic can be seen as a problem or an opportunity. What I have seen is that the pandemic has made all of us become a lot more digitally savvy. I can't tell you, I don't think a week goes by, even for some of us, that we will not have one Zoom meeting or the other. You have to do things online. You have to talk to your children, even your families. For those of us who have some of our children either in the diaspora or even in school, you find that everything is online now. So short of us eating online, that is really what, in fact, but you can order your food online. That's the beauty of it, just that we can't eat e-food. But the point I'm bringing out is that everything has been digitalized. So I find that even my talking to my father who's in his 80s, I have to talk to him online. And he's very digitally savvy because he's not in Nigeria. So everything is online. Not to talk of the fact that business now has moved online. Half of the clients, they're not even asking you to come to their offices because of COVID. You're talking to them online. It has actually become a blessing because before, if you had a meeting with a client and you actually could not come over, you say, sorry, I'm busy, it will look like sacrilege. But now, the clients will say, I will set up the Microsoft Teams or a Zoom meeting, let's meet at so time. And the beauty of it, So a few months back, I found myself out of the country, and I was having my meetings out of the country because I didn't want to tell the client I was not even around because there was no need. So the world has become a global village. So it was even fantastic because I said, if it was before, I would have been, maybe I would have had to put on hold that particular trip. But I was able to do everything both from local and international. I said, well, there's a bit of advantage of this. And that is exactly what's happening around the world. I could talk with my staff, I could talk with my colleagues anywhere around the world because it's all online. Sometimes, what I'm just trying to bring is that, yes, you have the physical face-to-face operation, which gives a bit more bonding. But people have learned to do some bonding techniques online now because if we're waiting for what you call the old normal, we're never going to get back there. We're actually now back to the new normal. And in fact, I think we've all adjusted to it. So I think what is happening is that clients also expect agencies to move online with that. And so reports are done online, meetings are held online, submissions are done online, pitches are done online, employments are done online, payments are done online. So what is left online, short of your love life being online? Really, I don't know. And some people actually date online. Thank God we had passed that stage before that,
Yes. So we are in the world of Internet of Things. You just really stated, a lot of things are moving fast as a result of technology. Do you think it's enough to solve the puzzle of today's fragmented media ecosystem?
I think it will eventually get there because there's also AI. What I've seen with AI, artificial intelligence, is that if you look at what goes on even in your personal life, just about 2 days ago, I was doing some research for a client, trying to get some particular commodities produced. And all of a sudden, I start seeing those things popping up on my phone every day. Mm-hmm. If you're traveling, suddenly they'll start showing you pictures on there. That's what artificial technology is doing, artificial intelligence, because it picks up anything you do. It's amazing. And that is just even in the very minute form. Now, if you go to other countries around the world, what is Alexa? Alexa is artificial intelligence that's able to give you information about what you can do. Now, don't forget it's still man-made. But what I would like to say is that technology, just like anything, enhances man's capabilities to deliver. Because there's nothing that technology is doing that is not man-made. Never forget that. But it just tells us, it's almost like saying we could walk from here to the UK. But you might take about, is it 2.5 years to get there? People walk, you can actually get there. But you take 2.5 years. But now technology has allowed you to go there in the morning and even come back the following day if you so wish, as far as it is. It's your choice. The point I'm bringing out is that technology is an enabler if it's used properly. And therefore, I think in terms of being able to solve the audience profile, measurement and what have you, I think the real challenge is that everyone wants accountability. That is what it is. Whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in a client's life, whether it's by budget. If you have a budget of 20 million, 100 million, a client needs to know that where is my money spent? How is it being spent? Am I sure I'm getting value for money? Am I sure this is actually as accurate as I want? Because at the end of the day, don't forget that if your client is not in business, you're not in business. Clients too are going through the same challenges you're going through, but on a larger scale. If a client has a multi-billion-naira business, don't forget he has a multi-billion-naira problem too. So for every decision he takes, he just wants more accurate information because the implication of him taking a wrong decision can have a bigger effect on the whole business than a smaller operation. It might have the same impact, but in terms of value of effect, it's totally different. So I really welcome the fact that a client who wants to have more accurate information, I think, is actually what I'll call a smart client too. And a smart client wants to work with a smart agency. And a smart agency too wants to work with smart people. Because if you don't work with smart people, you're not going to get a smart answer, you're not going to have a smart result, and your bank account will not be smart. So I think it's all about us realizing that at the end of the day, it's actually good for everybody. However, I think the only area we might ask clients to be is also to, as most big multinationals do, they actually help you as agency to deliver on what they want by also investing in your business. Many of the agencies I've worked in the past that are big, you find that clients invest in your business, and that's why it enables you to provide the solution you want. For example, if they want a turnaround to increase by 20%, they might say, tell me what you need to do to be able to give me this particular service. Because don't forget, agencies are outsourced arms of clients' businesses. So if we see ourselves as partners and we're in it together, agencies to all clients the fact that they should be as transparent and as open to realize that we're in it together, we grow together, and nobody wants to sink together. So the whole operation actually is intertwined. And most big clients actually, to be fair, in my own experience, they are very supportive of agencies that add value to their business and allow them to achieve their goals. Because don't forget, client's business is a business. And they won't be in business to even support agencies if we're not also up and doing in terms of delivering the standard of business they want. But at the end of the day, it's a two-way thing. When you have a sloppy client, you know, and that is why most multinationals try not to get sloppy staff. Because if you have a sloppy staff, it's going to affect your whole business. And so, like they say, even for spiritual, they say, iron sharpens iron. You know, you need good things to make yourself good. So good agencies are only as good as their clients, and good people are as good as the clients they work with. So I would say some of us honed our skills with very, very good international and local clients. And that is why we have the opportunity to be where we are today. A lot more people can come along the line, but you cannot take away the experience of a great exposure and good standardization for clients and agency. And it's still teamwork. It's always teamwork. Even right now, even as I do a consultancy, a lot of work, you find that you're always collaborating with the client. You know, so I can't say how you can do it without the client, because that's why you're in service.
Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand ideal.
Well, that's the much we can take on Marketing Edge on TV. Do well to join us again same time next week for the second part of our conversation with the CEO of Ladybird Limited, Mrs. Bunmi Oke. I'm Ogali Mafuru. Bye for now.
By technology, innovation and competence, the Corporate Affairs Commission has taken the business environment to the next level. Now, do you know that the CAC has deployed an end-to-end electronic registration solution that allows accredited customers and the general public to initiate and complete registration and then post-registration applications electronically and generate outputs remotely from the comfort of your homes and offices. You're also aware that the CAC has unveiled an electronic certificate that comes with a quick response, QR code, amongst other features. Do you also know that electronic signature is now allowed on the CAC portal? For these and many more innovations, join us every Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. on TVC News. Keep a date with us.
With all the health advice out there, it's almost impossible to make sense of all the noise. BBC Life Clinic aims to sift through the noise, hullabaloo, and clatter, so the experts can be heard. BBC Life Clinic.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Hello. What time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV Station of the Year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're